Welcome. Um, little bit of a switch up from my usual thing, and then I guess a bit of a face reveal as well. Thinking I'm gonna try out this format for a little bit, just because why not? Seems interesting. I think it creates more of like a personal dynamic as well, which is something that's cool. Yeah. So today I want to talk about uh, basically Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, recently re-released on the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. I bought Leaf Green for the Switch 2 because I already owned Fire Red for the Game Boy Advance. The reason I wanted to make this is it's funny, I actually had a save file previously existing on the Fire Red copy that I never beat. I just kind of got bored after, I got to a spot in the game that I was like, it's whatever. And it's funny because I've been playing Pokemon since I was 7. It's my favorite franchise. That I was like, I'm kind of just gonna take this moment. I'm a little bored, all that stuff, right? And I took the kind of time to really sit down with these games again and kind of reassess what things I liked and disliked about them, and then also just my experience overall, especially on the DS versus playing on other things, because I'll kind of get into emulation a little bit later, because I also recently did a Leaf Green water types only playthrough, but I did that on my phone while I was going to and from work, just because it's very easy to emulate now. It's definitely been a really refreshing experience to kind of go back and play. I own a DS Lite, and I was playing on the DS Lite. Footage of that will be shown. It was definitely cool experience to kind of boot up the DS Lite, not really have to deal with a bunch of menus or other things, announcements, and kind of go into the game. I think that recently there's been a big push on almost downgrading or degrading, not degrading, but downgrading technology, especially because of the big push of the, user experience is kind of going down the window, with companies kind of just not really caring, just want money. It was definitely really refreshing to go into Pokemon Leaf Green and have this, Fire Red, and have this experience of not or I guess a bit refreshing, but also just comfort in knowing that, I'm just gonna play the game. I didn't restart the file because I already had a lot of time invested into it, so it kind of just picked up where I left off, and started to play from there. And it was definitely very sobering to kind of take the time to actually put in the effort again to really deal with the game at its base form, especially because with emulators you can speed up the game, you can add things, subtract things from the game, you have shaders, things like that. So it's definitely cool to kind of play on I wouldn't say original hardware, but somewhat original hardware. Now with the Switch 2 and the Switch, I have a Switch 2, but this applies for both. I think it was definitely well needed and really cool for the game to be on the Switch. I definitely am happy it is on the Switch, and hopefully it opens the door for more games to be on the Switch. I know that they're thinking about porting either Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, or Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or Mega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. There's a bunch of leaks, rumors out there. Who knows which one is accurate, which one's inaccurate? I don't know. All I know is that I have been playing and going to back to playing games on the original hardware because to me, I like the aspect of everything. You know, I own an emulation device. I also emulate on things that I can emulate on. But there's something kind of special about being able to kind of go, well, I own this. And I think that was something that really drew me to kind of going back, because now the games have gone down a bit in price because they re-released on the Switch, so people aren't as pressed to kind of go out and buy these games. So for me, it opened the kind of door of having that ability to really kind of individualize my experience, because I was playing on something that I felt like was my own, if that makes sense. While I feel like when it comes to playing games on an emulator or playing on like a digital only copy, it doesn't feel as personalized, because yeah, you can find someone else with the Fire Red copy, but that's their copy. You have your copy. So it's definitely super cool to kind of have that experience. I also really like the experience of being able to kind of go at the pace that I wanted, in the sense of like I could easily just put it in my pocket, go somewhere, do it. Like play wherever, right? Which I guess you could say the same thing about your phone. But the thing that is wonderful, and why I think you're seeing a lot of people kind of, you know, get off the phone, is it's something that I almost think about like someone reading the paper on the train, or a book on the train, something like that, where it takes you away from everything that's happening, in making you kind of invest in something that is uniquely itself, where a game is a game. You know, the paper is the paper. Where yeah, the paper is more similar to your phone, where it's like world events, things like that, but you're reading something, you're taking in, I guess a better example is a book, but you're taking in a story, you're taking in an experience, and you're almost making sure that experience is enjoyed in a way that is at your own pace, which I think is cool. And you don't have to be distracted by other applications or other things, especially too with the issue I have with like emulators with a lot of games, is sometimes if I hit that wall, instead of just turning off the device, going to do something else and then coming back, I find myself going to something else, like another game or something else, which I guess is fine. Like if you own a big library of games, like I own a very expansive 3DS library, so sometimes I'll go like play 2 or 3 3DS games at once. Same thing with like Steam or even the Switch. I own an expansive library. Some Switch games are expensive, but it can be kind of, it can almost dull the experience when you have almost too much at your fingertips. And that's kind of my issue with Steam right now. I have a lot of Steam games, and this is something I've wanted to also touch on in the future, as I wanted to create a video on trying to complete my gaming backlog. Oh no, but that one, Chief. But yeah, hopefully I wanted to do it within a year and a half. But we will see. I'm hopeful. Yeah, definitely playing Pokemon Fire Red, especially on the DS, has been an experience where it brought me back to the sense of I own these things, and I wasn't as kind of, I was almost neglecting them, where I had the experience at my fingertips, and I could easily kind of dove back into that device that I spent so much time in prior, and kind of still get that same joy and that same, you know, just it brought me that same kind of feeling. And it's not even nostalgia, it's more just something else. My cat is meowing in the background. Awesome. But yeah, I'll put Cat Be Real at the end, of course. Shout out Sosuke. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys subscribe, like, do whatever. I'm hoping to post more of these. It's definitely interesting because it's a pre-existing channel, and you know, I have some videos with a lot of views, and now I'm getting videos with 2 views, and it's like, it's weird, but I'm at that time where I'm kind of transitioning content into more of what I want to make instead of what I made back then because I thought it would do well. I don't know. You'll see. Peace.
God is real, I'm not kidding, God is actually real, I'm not kidding this time. I think God is actually for real, God is real, God is real, God is actually real, God is real. I wouldn't joke about this, I'm not kidding this time.